Alright, what is going on, you guys? Just wanted to wish you a happy new year. I hope this year is everything you want it to be. And to start off with my channel, I wanted to do a prediction video, bold predictions of 2019. I actually did a video like this for 2017, but then I skipped last year, and I do regret it because I would have been right on a couple of things. So I don't want to make that mistake again. Let's go ahead and talk about 2019 and just some of the bold predictions I have. I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to start with some console reveal talk. We know the next generation of consoles are upon us, but when is the question. My gut feeling is this. I feel like the Xbox, whatever the next generation Xbox is called, it's going to be teased, kind of like the Scorpio this year. They might reveal it, but I think this thing is coming out next year. 2020 will be the year when the next Xbox is released, as well as PS5. But the difference with Sony and the PS5 is that they're not going to reveal it this year. I know that's kind of crazy for them waiting, but I think they can afford to. I think they can really afford to wait till next year, reveal it early, and then release it in the fall. And I feel they can afford to do this because I'm also having a feeling that PlayStation will actually announce a handheld this year in 2019. Some people are going to get upset. I already know. They're going to say Vita's dead and this and that. But I do really want this to happen. I want a Switch-like device. And if PlayStation can do that, I'm gonna be very happy. So I really want this to be true. There's like some rumors kind of swirling around, and I really hope that it's true. So yeah, that's a bold one I'm just gonna throw out there. So this year could be really interesting when I really think about it, and all of these predictions that I have. It could be really crazy, but it's not all gonna be good though. This next prediction is actually a bad one, but I do feel it's gonna come true, and that is that The Last of Us 2 is not gonna release this year. I'm predicting next year, and it hurts me to say that, but it just seems like that's what's gonna happen. But my next prediction is one that will please me if it's true, and that is Neo 2 will surprise us and actually release this year. I'm calling it right now. Neo 2 coming out in 2019. I don't know when, I don't know what month, what season, but just this year, and I hope it's true. This is another one that I really hope I'm wrong on. I really hope I can laugh at myself later like, man, I can't believe I ever thought that. I'm so glad I was wrong. I have this feeling that Code Vein is going to be disappointing in some sense. I'm not saying it's going to be horrible or it's going to be the worst game ever. I just feel like it's going to be somewhat disappointing. I'm predicting this game to have mediocre scores on Metacritic and just across the board. And even with the community, it's gonna be just not what we thought it was. Again, I really hope I'm wrong on this, and I'm looking forward to it, but I just have this bad gut feeling going on. Alright, so that's kind of the bad stuff. So we got that out of the way. Let's get to some more good things, right? Shall we? Let's talk about Xbox. Yeah, Xbox. So Gears 5 is coming out this year. I'm predicting this game to score higher than Gears 4. I know that's not so bold, but I am putting that down as one of my predictions. It's gonna have better review scores. I think the community in general, the consensus is gonna be that the game is good. I'm also predicting it to win Best Action Game at the Game Awards. I think it could do it. I was thinking about shooter, but then I looked at the rest of the list this year and I was like, no, I don't think it's gonna win that. I think it has a good shot to win Best Action Game. So I'm gonna put that down in the prediction list. Gears 5, I think it's gonna be good. I hope it is. I really do. Staying on the topic of Xbox, let's talk about Crackdown 3. These are kind of easy predictions to make, but I'm thinking no matter how good this game is, how well it scores, let's just pretend that it surprises all of us and it's actually decent and it scores well. Let's just say that happens. I feel like when it comes to the community, that's not going to matter. They're going to destroy this game. Anything that's wrong with this game, you're going to know about it. It's going to be echoed through a lot of people. And for me, I'm going to try it. You know, I have Game Pass, so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not expecting much. I always thought this game looked spooky, but If it's better than what I think it's gonna be, I'll tell you guys, I'll let you guys know. But like I said, just no matter how well it does and how well it plays, I really do think the community is just going to go in on this game. That's a pretty easy prediction. But I'm also going to give a Metascore prediction, which I want to say is like a low 80 at best. Like I said, I'm not expecting too much. I just know what to expect from this community, and I'm sure you guys can too. Speaking of predictions that just sort of make sense and they're not so bold, here's another one. The Nintendo Switch is going to surpass the Xbox One lifetime sales by the end of this year. Book it. I think Animal Crossing's due to come out this year. Yeah, that's gonna do numbers. And then if Pokemon comes out, it's especially gonna do numbers. So Nintendo's coming for that second place this year, and I do really think it's gonna happen. Also, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is going to be the best game this year. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to add that in here. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next prediction. And for some people, it might seem bold. For me, not so much because I'm a big fan. But Ori and the Will of the Wisps should be coming out this year, and I'm predicting that it's going to be nominated for Game of the Year. Book it right now. There's always some kind of indie or artsy kind of game that sneaks in there, and I think there's a really good chance that it's Ori. And Ori, if it's anything like the first game, or it's better, it has a good chance to even win. I'm trying to make a prediction for Game of the Year this year, and it's really hard. With the games that are announced, I'm having trouble. Last year, if I had made a video, I probably would have said God of War. The year before that, I did predict Breath of the Wild. But this year, it's kind of tough. If you really look at the list, it's hard to find that one that's just gonna be on everyone's mind and everyone's thoughts when it comes to games of the year. So where does that leave me right now? I'm kind of thinking out loud here. Maybe I'll make all the Kingdom Hearts fans right now very excited, because honestly, if I had to bet money or if a gun was held to my head and they asked me what's gonna be Game of the Year, I would probably say something like Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, because other than that, I really don't see any of these games holding that title. I mean, they could, I could be completely wrong, but when you look at the list for 2019, it's kind of spooky a little bit. I've tweeted about this, I've said this a couple times, and a lot of people disagree with me, but just look at the list this year. Try and find me the God of War of this year. Try and find me the Breath of the Wild this year. I don't know if you can, and I'm asking you guys to be honest when you're doing it. I mean, of course, we're gonna have biases and all of that. I already know there's gonna be games that I'm really gonna enjoy, unless they're completely just terrible or something. But there's games I could pick and predict for myself. But as far as the Game Awards and just the overall consensus, it's pretty difficult this year. Last year we had God of War, we had Spider-Man, we had Red Dead Redemption 2, and we knew these games were coming, so it would have been easy to pick one of those. The year before that, of course, Breath of the Wild. But even if that game didn't come out, we still had games like Horizon, and for me, Neo, and you know, there was other games you could possibly pick. This year is just a little bit different. And I feel like there's a lot of good games, but nothing that's really screaming like, this game's gonna be amazing, or it has the potential to be Game of the Year. I am stumped. I'm really, really stumped. For all we know, Death Stranding comes out this year, or even Ghost of Tsushima, and it just dominates. They're just so amazing, and we just don't know it yet. That could happen. But with The Last of Us, my prediction on that game, Last of Us 2 coming out next year, I can't really include that with this year. It's been really hard to pick, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say Ori in the Will of the Wisps, because I love Ori, and if it wins, I'll seem like a genius. That'll be my prediction, just to make it easier on myself. But yeah, I do think there's gonna be some good games this year. I'm not, you know, saying it's gonna be terrible or nothing like that. It's just gonna be one of those years, I think, that's leading up to the next generation and what's to come. If my other predictions are true about, you know, the consoles being revealed this year, next generation, maybe a portable for PlayStation, maybe for sure, you know, Last of Us 2 doesn't come out this year. Yeah, this could be one of those years that's just kind of leading towards the end, and Last of Us will kind of be the swan song, you know? So that's kind of my whole thing, is like this year, I think it's gonna be good, but right now I'm kind of having a hard time finding that big banger that's like gonna take it all. I just don't think it's been announced yet. I do feel like a lot of these games need release dates. I'm looking at the list and it's like, damn, they don't have dates. So we'll see. It's so early in the year. I'm sure these games are gonna get dates. They're gonna get shown at E3 and all of that. And maybe Sony will do their own event or something. Like, we just don't know right now. So yeah, those are all pretty much my predictions for the year. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If there's any other crazy predictions you have, let me know. And we'll see who, you know, gets the most right. That's always kind of fun to look back on the year, and I'll come back to this video and see how right or wrong I was. And we can discuss it again at the end of the year. So yeah, you guys, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. Let's have a great 2019. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.